What's going on, MG Nation? It's your boy Ty1281 again, bringing you the 15th episode of our series, 32 Teams in 32 Days, brought to you by Madden Grid. Now, this episode's going to feature the San Francisco 49ers and at quarterback, Alex Smith. He's been doing a hell of a job lately. Had a rough week last week against the Vikings, but I think that was just a little hiccup. They'll be fine. I mean, he's getting really comfortable with that offense. He's been doing a really good job. He's got a lot of weapons around him now. The game plans, they're doing a great job on offense. It's insane. He'll go up throughout the season, I think. Really is an animal. And his speed, he's got a pretty good speed factor, 78 speed, so he can get a little bit, off on some people if they're not careful. And then Colin Kaepernick, you have to think of mixing him in a little bit. He's got pretty good, all those stats are pretty damn good, as you see, elusiveness, all that good stuff, but he's got 85 speed, and his overall 73, so he's not that bad of a thrower either. Some of his stats are okay, but he can get the job done every once in a while. You might want to put him on a certain package just to show the defense something different and give your offense a whole new wrinkle and really just mess with them. It's going to be tough for your opponent to adjust to that if you have a runner on the field now. They're going to be thinking run more. You run, and then you run sometimes, and then you can throw it. So maybe you start off like thinking you want them to think maybe run all game. Once they see Kaepernick, you want them to think kind of a run that you're gonna run with him, but then you can throw it with like you can have a little quick pass or run out of a wildcat set or something. You're really gonna do a lot with him. Frank Gore now at halfback, he's a beast. He's so good. We're gonna get him the ball as much as possible. He really is an animal. And then Michael James is a great second back. He's a little more of a shaky guy, a little faster, an elusive back. He's awesome. And then Kendall Hunter's a great back as well. So all these three backs are amazing. And then Jacobs is a great power back. So we got Gore, who's the ultimate overall back. James and Hunter, who are shiftier, faster guys, especially James. But Hunter's just a really overall great receiving back as well. And then Brandon Jacobs, who's the bruiser, the pounding back. He's going to, when we need a short yard situation, we're going to give it to him. Bruce Miller is a great fullback, a great lead back. He's a great lead blocker when we need him blocking, and we're going to run behind him. He's great for that. But Jacobs is great for fullback dives and short yard situations. So we're going to put him in there. We need a 3rd and 2 or something, or 4th and inches, and we want to pound the rock. We can put Jacobs in there, and he'll get the job done for sure. He's just such a big back. And then Anthony Dixon's a pretty damn good fullback as well. Great he's 83 speed, he's fast, he's great, and he can do a lot of stuff. And then Delanie Walker's a great fullback as well. I mean, we can put him there in some of our packages, in our passing packages, so we can have Vernon Davis is #1 tight end, and Delanie Walker still in the field at fullback. At receiver, you got Randy Moss starting. I like to have him there. I mean, there's really a lot of things you can do. I do a lot of subbing, to be honest with him. Really, the starting roster receiver doesn't really make a difference. It really all depends on my subs. But Moss, 94 speed, still gets the job done. He's a beast. And then Mario Manningham's a beast with 93 speed, and he's a really overall great receiver. He can run all different routes. He can go vertical. He can go short. Everything, really. And then Tegan's a great slot receiver, 97 speed. So we want to get him in the slot, move him all around, and get him the ball. A lot of short crossing patterns or seam routes and quick outs, all that good stuff over the middle and the sidelines. Michael Crabtree, now they can put him at #1. He'll play a lot. He'll play just as much as Moss, if not more, maybe. Really, he's a great receiver. But Moss, I put #1 just because it really depends. I mean, Crabtree's a great overall receiver. Moss can stretch the field vertical. And then Kai Williams is another good slot as well. But Crabtree, he'll play probably just as much. I'll just sub him in at #1 a lot. Or maybe even the slot, he's not bad there either. But it all depends really on the package I'm in. Vernon Davis, now this guy's a beast. I mean, he can play receiver as well. 95 overall, 90 speed. We're going to move him all around. He's going to be a huge part of our game plan. He's going to be at tight end. He'll be flexed out. He'll be wide out on the outside. He'll be in the slot. He'll be even in the backfield at fullback sometimes. He's going to be a beast. We're going to put him all over the place and get him the ball as much as possible. And same thing with Delanie Walker. All over the place. Slot, flexed out wide, at tight end, off the line, at fullback. We're going to move both these guys all over the place. We're going to run a definitely powerful 2 tight end offense with these guys. But we can also spread it out with our 4 receivers. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. Joe Staley's an awesome left tackle. Mike Lapida He's an awesome left guard. This offensive line's really, really good. Definitely a dominant offensive line. Jonathan Goodwin's a decent center. Pretty good, 81 overall, not bad at all. Right guard, we have Leonard Davis, 76 overall. Now, he's an old guy, and now you can have Boone there. It really depends. Boone's great, 74 acceleration. He's faster. That's what's great. So he'll get off the line really quick, which is great for our running game a lot. But Davis is a little bit better overall, and his blocking stats are a little bit better, I think. Anthony Davis isn't that bad either, 79 overall. He's a 9'2" strength. He's a big dude. Our left side of our line's a little bit better than our right, so you might want to take that into account. Now, Paris Harrelson, however you say it, I have him at starting left end right now with 81 speed, 93 overall, good acceleration. He's going to get off the ball quick. But there's things you can do with this team. If you're running a 3-4, then start Ray McDonald at the left end. It all depends on what your defense you're running. If you're running a 4-man front, then start Harrelson there. But if you're running a 3-man front, then put McDonald there. And again, same thing with this. At right end, if you're running a 4-man front, you put Aldon Smith there. He's an animal, 83 speed, 96 acceleration. He's going to get off the quarterback all game long. He's a beast. But if you're running a 3-4 defense, you put Justin Smith there. So it all depends on what you're running. But if you're running a 4-man front, then you put Justin Smith at starting D tackle. He's an animal in the middle. And then if you're 4-man defense, you put Ray McDonald at second D tackle. So both those guys are going to be starting on the field in a 4-3 defense. They're going to be locked up, making a bunch of good plays. They're going to be shut down the run all game long. But if you're running a 3-man front, you put Isaac Sopaaga there, so you can have those two guys at right end and left end. It all depends on what you're running. Again, you put him starting if it's a 3-4. All depends on your game plan, on your scheme. That's all it's about. Tavares Gooden. Again, I have him at starting left outside linebacker. Even whether you're running a 3-4 or 4-3, I like him there because of the speed factor, 86 speed. He's pretty damn good. He's really just gets the job done all over the place. He's fast. He can get to the quarterback. He can drop back in zones. He can play man coverage. Now, if you're running a 3-4, you can't put Ahmad Brooks there. It's up to you. He's made a little bit better overall and better at certain zone coverage and stuff. But he's tackling, but he's not the best speed factor. Now, Patrick Willis, whether you're running a 4-3 or 3-4, he's starting middle linebacker. This guy is such a friggin' beast. The best middle linebacker in the game. One of the best defenders on defense in the game. 90 speed. He can do anything on defense. He's just going to be a beast. He's going to be all over the place. Same thing with Navarro Bowman. If you're running a 3-4, he's starting inside linebacker. He's going to be a friggin' animal. Both these guys, they can play man coverage, play zone, shut down the run game. They can blitz. They can do whatever you want in your game plan. They are the two biggest playmakers on defense. Actually, they're definitely, maybe not the two biggest, but they're up there in the top couple of guys on defense for sure. They're just insane. Navarro Bowman, if you're playing a 4-3, you have Navarro Bowman at right outside linebacker. So we can have Aldon Smith in the D-line. But if you're running a 3-4, then you put Aldon Smith at number 1 right outside linebacker so we can rush the passer out of a 3-4 2-point stance type of thing. So this team is just so dynamic on defense. They got so many options on defense to run. At corner, Carlos Rogers. This guy's really good, 89 speed, 6 feet. So he's going to be the shutdown our number 1 receiver, definitely. Now, Terrell Brown, this guy's kind of you can do kind of two things. You can put Culliver there because 95 speed, 6 feet. So he'll shut down a number 2 receiver. But you can also put Brown there because he's a good overall corner. Not bad speed at all. He's definitely a great shutdown corner. Or at least pretty damn good. But it all depends on what you really want. I like to put Culliver in this as the nickel corner, to be honest, because he's going to be covering out those slot receivers are pretty quick and fast, so I like Culliver there to shut him down. But I also like Culliver at number 2 because he's got the height and the speed, so he can shut down the tall, fast receivers at number 2. It all really depends. Tremaine Brock's not a bad number 4 at all. He's fast, and then you really get a lot of depth there at corner. At free safety, Deshaun Golson, this guy's an animal. I like him a lot. I think he's underrated. I think when I see him play football, he flies with the ball, and he's really a beast. You're going to be using him deep, playing deep with him in the middle, short middle, locking up, jacking boys up. You get the height to swat the ball down and pick it off, the speed to get there, pretty quick, pretty fast. and then the hip power to jack the ball loose. So he's a straight up beast. Dante Whitner is an awesome strong safety as well. He can cover those tight ends and the halfbacks, and he can jack the ball loose and make plays in the run game as well. This is a very, very good football team. On offense, you really wanna. You can do so many things on offense. You can run a 2 tight end set, with 12 personnel. 12 personnel. You can run 22 personnel. You can run 21 personnel. You can run, obviously 11 personnel. Even 10 personnel. No tight ends in the field, 4 receivers. That's really just awesome. You can run 2 personnel. Have 2 tight ends and just all those receivers in the field. There's so many options you can do. Mix Crabtree around and Moss. Put Vernon Davis all over the place. Same thing with Delanie Walker. Get the ball to those 3 running backs, though, a lot. And think about Kaepernick. You can do this. Probably is really. I say the Patriots are the most team you can do, the most dynamic team on offense. As far as their depth chart and their setup, where you can do so many things with them. But the 49ers might even be more. They have so many different things you can do. It's just insane. On defense, you can either run a 4-3 or 3-4. Either way, they're going to be really, really tough to defend. Bring the heat from the edges and get the A gap. You get 2 quick linebackers up the middle, so that's going to be really big. And then on the back end, I'd say play about 70%, 80% man coverage and just lock up. Make plays with Deshaun Goshen and lock up, boys. A hell of a team here, offense and defense. I'll see you next time.